I have this thirst for blood.
Whoa. Eavesdrop. What's going on here? I guess I have to wait. Because Joe Peterson's gonna go up here to talk with this guy. As I stand at the window. Totally not noticeable by anybody walking right by it. I forgot about these little civilian moments. I don't know how many I've missed.
So you only hurt people because you care about me? Is that it?
Don't be such a brat. I do what I must to provide us with food and medicine, that's all.
Mum would never have let you bully an old friend like Mr. Lewis. Shame on you.
Harry, I'm your father and I love you. But don't you ever speak to me like that again.
What? You're gonna beat me too?
Jesus. Give me patience.
Christ, Joe. Alright, he has a complicated relationship with his son, Harry. That's one way to put it. Let's have a chat with Harry. I didn't know he existed. But now I can go straight in there and ask what's going on.
I will return at a more convenient time.
Can't enter the house, has too many citizens inside. That is a bizarre thing, but fine. We can't go in while Joe's in there.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Too bad, I have mesmerized.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Mesmerize is so useful, but I feel bad for using it. Hold on. Stealing everything from your house. It's okay, I'm an RPG character. It's just what I do.
It's locked.
Job refusal letter. Dear Mr. Peterson, it is my duty to inform you of our refusal to accept your application for a job at the dockyard. I must thank you for the time spent at our office explaining the difficulty of your situation with your ill boy and the loss of your beloved wife. But it is also my duty to point out the policy of our company, which expressly reproves the employment of former criminal or convicts. Your unfortunate connections with the ill-famed Wet Boot Boys have been duly noted. These are hard times, sir, and Finch and Harper intend to reward first the candidates who pass the small inquiry we like to conduct about our future employees. You have my deepest sympathy, and may God be with you and your family. Sincerely, R.D. Harper. Alright, so he is trying to get a job, but he's got a criminal past, which is really unfortunate. Now, I'd be sympathetic and be like, hey, maybe he did something light and he doesn't deserve to be, rejected. But if we see him trying to extort someone right fucking now.
Soaked with glue.
So, no, I don't feel that bad for him. Don't be a dick and maybe you would have been rewarded for things. Ooh, nice.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
A lot of things, like being killed in the street by a vampire, but yeah, it's just a personal problem, I think.
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't believe in miracles, but it seems the epidemic has been kept at bay for a few days.
I wonder if she's available to talk to. I want to chat with her, see what she's been doing.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough like... well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Alright. Oh, he has sepsis. Oh, buddy, we've got you
Need
covered.
any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Yeah, I was about to say, young man, we can help you with so much, okay? Just hold on.
Forgive my bluntness, young man. But you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
I mean, your house is kind of okay.
This place is awful, I agree. But does that not mean your situation can only improve?
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
Okay, that wasn't the point I was trying to make, but, you know, I was just saying, you're at the bottom right now. You can keep on going up. We just treated your medical illness. Hopefully that'll make you better. Look at this, the blood quality is all the way up as well.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
I mean, if the skulls are super common, I'd be pretty fucking terrified to go out at night as well. I'd just be like, oh, well, trying not to get mauled to death by random crazy people. Just chilling for the rest of the year, honestly.
You and your father have a difficult relationship, Harry. Tell me, did he ever hurt you?
No, never. My father can be brutal and rude, violent even. But he never touched an hair on my head.
What is going on between you two then?
It's his job, if you can call it a job. He bullies people. Men and women we know, like poor Mr. Lewis. It's just not right.
I agree with that.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities. But I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Oh. Alright, I just thought you were going to say something about, like, your dad kind of being a dick for most of his life to you and to other people. It doesn't make up for things just because he gets a job and a little bit of progress. He still has a lot to amend for. But let's have a chat.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Mr. Peterson.
Even my dreams are soaked with...
First off, your son's depressing. Second off, the fuck?
You again? What do you want this time?
I'm here to confront you about a whole lot of stuff. Oh my god.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Survival's a natural law. You're a criminal. You could have refused. Yeah, he could have refused. I'll say survival's a natural law.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone.
Yeah, Barrett.
Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
What did he do, though? Joe's extortions put Barrett Lewis in a tough financial situation. No, Joe and Barrett Lewis used to be good friends. Alright, well, I mean, we knew about that.
Why is your relationship with your son so difficult?
Harry and I are so different. Sometimes I wonder if he's my own blood. Seems he's ashamed to be my son.
Why not change that then? If you used your strength to do good, perhaps Harry wouldn't feel that way about you.
How dare you tell me what I should or shouldn't do with my boy? Who the fuck are you to interfere like that?
A concerned doctor. You're too protective. You're a bad father. Ooh.
You're a bad father who scares his son and his neighbors, Mr. Peterson.
I don't think I like your attitude, sir. In fact, I'm starting to dislike your face so much, I might try to improve it, see?
I'd like to see you try, Colossus Joe. In the meantime, are you sure I can't be of any help to your son? I am a doctor, remember?
Never. Harry's complicated. Fragile, you could say. Doesn't mingle with strangers. Now leave us alone.
Nope, can't leave you alone. Still have a whole lot of things to pry from you.
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
I mean, you'd have to suck it up. You could try.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else, whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy. Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
You're such a major asshole. Look, a lot of people have a tough time raising their kid as a single parent or as a guardian or whatever. But they don't usually turn to crime in order to make up for that. You know, so I can't be too sympathetic.
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try and do that when you're in jail. No one's gonna take my son away from me. I'll just sit in jail behind the bars because I'm an idiot who got himself locked up anyways.
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
And yet you don't want to leave.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
I think I exhausted all the conversation options there.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Jesus, Mr. Lewis. He needs to grow a pair.
Joe
What about
Peterson.
you?
He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Let's see, despair can be a poison. He is just a coward. Mording is never easy. I'll say despair is a poison.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
I can agree with that.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Okay. I guess that's really all we can ask him for now.
Goodbye
Farewell.
for now, Mr. Lewis.
Harry, we need to have a chat.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure.
Is there only pain and suffering in this?
God, you're so depressing.
May I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered.
Okay. What do you think about Mr. Barrett Lewis?
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
It might have been both. Maybe your father started bullying him because of your mother dying.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Well, he might have still came here out of his own kind of path in life.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's obvious that if any other kind of grief had happened in his life, he would have just came here.
Time to pay, one way or another.
Any little thing that could have made his life suffer and he would have turned to using his fists. I think that's his general personality.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Is there anything we can talk to him about?
How are conditions in Whitechapel these days?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war in the trenches, Doctor. I can't stand it.
Well, then you need to hide in the house, man. Just
A gun,
put some
alcohol.
put some earplugs in.
Has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Stop lying.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Okay, first off,
I'd like-
let's see what we have. Yeah, she still only has this. I have one of these. Did I sell it or dismantle it? I don't even know. I don't remember what I did with it.
Good evening.
Wait, I can sell the
I'd like
cures
to see.
for money? Oh shit. I didn't realize that. Depending on how easy it is to make these, that's not so bad.
Good.
Loretta, why do you feel so guilty about your brother?
I don't expect him to forgive me. All I can do is make amends for what I did.
By making him a crook and a criminal. What if somebody decides to make him pay for your scam?
Mason is totally capable of defending himself. Just leave us be. We're perfectly fine.
He's blind. How is he capable of defending himself?
I know how guilt feels between a brother and sister. Are you sure you're not trying to ease your own remorse?
Mason wants to be useful. Can you understand that? And chemistry is his passion. And the Swanborough cordial gives him a purpose in life.
Even though it doesn't work at all? Loretta believes she gave Mason Swanborough a goal by having him create the miracle elixir. He doesn't even really believe in it that much. Jesus.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial's secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo effect is real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention in Whitechapel. Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
Whew. Your true purpose is not to help. You're a hypocrite.
You're just a greedy hypocrite.
Hypocrite! What about an eminent physician prowling these streets at night? I'm sure you have a personal agenda too, Doctor.
I'm kind of going around just helping people. I mean, look at this.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
And you just kind of immediately shut her down there.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
What's the eminent doctor doing? I'm making sure the streets are safe, the people are healed, and if I ever succumb to the thirst, the hunger, maybe we'll have our ulterior motives, our need to feed a little fulfilled. Okay, where in the balls? Aha! Is Dorothy Crane.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, nurse. How should I address you? Dorothy? Dorothea? Miss Crane?
Dorothy is all right. If you don't mind me calling you Jonathan.
That's fine with me.
What can I do for you then, Jonathan?
What's going on around here? Oh boy. Ooh, let's trade.
Show me what you have in stock, please.
We made a deal. Ooh, look at this. Sturdy blood sample. Small dose of sturdy blood that can be used to create regeneration serums for vampires. I kind of want to buy that, but again, I want to wait. I don't want to buy anything until we've rested up.
Jonathan. Do you need anything?
Because who knows, we might be able to save a good bit of money, or it could just be 1 shilling a piece. I don't know how much it actually gets affected.
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
We have a lot of diseases, and not all linked to the epidemic. Maybe you could provide medical help to those in need.
I already have.
How are things going in the dispensary?
The dispensary is fine, but the situation in the streets is getting worse. Remember those men who attacked us the first time you came here?
Yes. Have they threatened you?
No, but I heard they now patrol the district every night. I even heard they chase out the sick families.
Oof. You know, yeah, we got attacked there, but I don't remember there being like a big thing like, oh, someone's breaking in downstairs. Dr. Reed, help us with that. They just kind of were there.
I hope you've stopped jeopardizing this facility with your illegal business, Dorothy.
Yes, I have. Most of the time. But the blackmail money is too useful to stop it completely. I just target less dangerous people.
Who's the current victim?
Who is the current victim?
I would rather you did not know. You are my client, not my accomplice. Besides, I'm much more cautious since the first time you found me.
Yeah, that's fair. Wouldn't want us to slip up and help that person out.
Why did you blackmail Lady Ashbury? She's a generous person. You could have asked her for money directly.
She killed those patients, I'm sure of that. I know you like her, but that gingerhead has a taste for blood.
Little do you know.
Tell me about yourself, Dorothy.
There is not much to say. My real name is Dorothea Crasciunescu. I was born in Romania, and I may have been the best nurse Pembroke ever had, before you fired me.
Well, you know, you shouldn't have kept on blackmailing people.
Do you regret your time at Pembroke?
I miss the energy. There was so much to do, so much to learn. Even though I was double-crossing the board, I felt I was part of something worthwhile there.
Do you think about going back to Romania? Once the war is over and the epidemic here has been contained.
Jonathan, this war will be over long before you will see any improvement in Whitechapel's sanitary situation.
Yeah, Whitechapel might continue to kind of just be crap.
Do you need medical help, Dorothy?
I'm a professional nurse. Rest assured, I'll ask for your help if I need it.
All right.
Do you trust me?
You forced me to resign after you caught me trying to save a dying patient. Of course I trust you. You're a blackmailer, just like me.
Fair. That is... I can't argue about that.
Are you not afraid of dying? The epidemic is deadly and very contagious.
I'm more afraid of being locked in a cell. I've seen what most hospitals do to the sick staff. They keep them hidden to avoid panic.
All right. Well, let's get out of here then.
Goodbye for now, Dorothy. Keep up the good work.
I do wish we could have had another option. I didn't really want to have her fired from the Pembroke. I wanted to keep her at the Pembroke as a nurse so she could keep working there and helping out the people, while also making sure she isn't blackmailing Ashbury. And now we've kind of just like, we fired her and she doesn't blackmail Ashbury, or at least doesn't blackmail her as much. Which is kind of meh. It's not exactly how I wanted the situation to go, but again, from what I've seen, it was probably the best thing we could have done. Alright. So with everybody kind of recovering now, let us rest up in the night. Because we've helped out Whitechapel a good bit. And you know what, I could spend a little bit of my XP anyways. Or I could save it for my claw damage. How much do these abilities cost? 1,000. If I went down this tree, how much would it cost? It would actually cost a lot too. Ugh. I need high damage attacks. Even if the enemies have like intense shadow resistance, I'm still doing like 200 to 400 damage to them, so Abyss is still pretty good. So at that point, Blood Cauldron might just be the better option out of the things. Alright. Increase the number of bullets you can carry. Let's go for that. I don't know how much I need to upgrade in order for that to be, like, super useful, but oh well. I want to upgrade my healing as well. Oh. Wait. Reset. Oh! Wait. Is this a reset for literally everything? Oh, shit! That's awesome! I didn't know I had this! That I had this option. Okay. Well, I guess I need to take time to re-level myself up here a little bit. But I actually have to go at the same time, so let me be right back. And when we get back, all of our stuff will be changed up a good bit. Alrighty, I have redistributed some of my points around to a little bit more of how I think we want things, so that way I was able to get rid of the Blood Barrier and the Shadow Veil ability since I'm not using them anymore, and instead I use those points to give me, say, a couple levels into my healing ability. So now, after looking this over a little bit, we have 100 instant healing and 200 regen. From the looks of it, I really didn't like this bottom tree, since at the end of the day, if I get the entire tree for this, which I doubt I will, this gives me 500 healing, just split into two different sections, instant and regen, whereas this just goes completely into regen, which is a weird thing to get, because it didn't really seem like it helped me too much. Like, it costs more blood to use this, too. Like, I don't think that's supposed to be how it's... This just makes more sense to me. I get 100 health instantly, and then 200 health a little bit after that as well. So I might as well have that rather than just going 300 all regen, because that could help save me in more desperate situations. I also upgraded my claws into the tree for stun damage, because the stun damage tree will give me a lot more damage overall by the time we have it maxed out. And obviously it gives us stun too, so every time I'm just spamming it constantly, that'll help me out. I'm worried because I don't think we're ever gonna actually get a lot of these later abilities, just because I'm not really feeding on people too much, and I think I'm already pretty far into the game, so I don't think we're gonna be like, oh hey, every single ability is maxed out. I'm really gonna have to kind of gauge what I want. But I didn't remember exactly where I had all the rest of my passive skills, so I kind of just upgraded my health and my endurance a whole bunch. Didn't upgrade my regen at all for this, barely upgraded my hard button, because I just wanted to throw points more down into these other ability trees. I was even tempted to throw some of the points into an upgrade for Abyss, but I think for now we'll just keep Abyss at level 1 until I start getting like a pretty large excess of points. And Yeah, this should help us out. I didn't know that there was a reset function. We saw the reset button in the past, but I didn't know exactly what it did. So this is nice to get. Alright, so Whitechapel should be good now. The merchants have changed their price because the district is now in a healthy state. I don't know who this guy is. He's not lost. I guess I just haven't run into him yet. So if we can get him, then the place will be sanitized. We also helped out the docks. And got it to sanitize as well. Very good. Yes. And then we haven't run into the West End, which didn't decrease at all, which is good because I haven't ran into them yet. So that would have been bad. Look at all these people in their hats and monocles or glasses. This is the rich side of town. I'm expecting all these guys to be super snooty. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna take a bit of a break, and once we are back, we're gonna buy a couple of things and then finally head off to the West End, which should just be across a bridge if it's available to us. We'll see. I might also just head over to Lady Ashbury, since she does have some dialogue as well, and that'd be nice to just kind of like hear all the thoughts before we head off. But for now, be right back.